Hello, it's Yvonna here from Enjoy Your Life Coaching and Healing. And we're talking about the full moon in Pisces today because that's what's been happening lately. Wednesday, the 2nd of September, the moon was in the sign of Pisces, which is an emotional sign. So the emotions may have been flowing freely. The main thing that has been coming up for people lately is they've been tired and exhausted. They've been stuck or unmotivated, things like that. If you felt like that, it's just because it's in the stars. Because it's in the stars or because it's in the planets, you can actually deal with it. You can be more aware of it. Don't give away responsibility. Oh, it's just in the stars, you know, I don't have to do it. It's not me, it's fine. Don't do that. Take responsibility. And with the tired and exhausted feelings, if you have that, make sure you rest, make sure you do self-care, make sure you go with the flow and set boundaries. That's a really good one for most people. Look at your boundaries and see if they're right ones. And also take a day off, like take a day off life. You know, if you normally don't work on a Saturday, don't do anything that Saturday. Just keep your pajamas on or something like that. It's all part of self-care. So if you're stuck and unmotivated, take responsibility and look into that thing. When you have time to rest and take your day off, do some meditation and work out what it may be that is making you stuck or is making you unmotivated. Sometimes unmotivation, if you're not motivated, sometimes that just happens. If it just happens, it's fine. But if it's like happening for like 7 days or something, it's probably time to look into it. Anyway, the reason why we're so tired and exhausted is because we've been doing a lot of purging from the old energy, the old things that we used to think, the things that we used to believe. Is it all still true? What is your truth right now? Also emotions. We've been purging emotions, and that could be the emotions from when we were young, when we were a child. Could be all sorts of stuff that we are purging. Basically, all we're purging is stuff that is not good for us, not beneficial for us, and we need to go with the flow. We need to keep going with that. What we're going to do now is mastering ourselves and taking responsibility for everything that we say and everything that we do. That's very important at this moment in time, and responsibility has come up with the last new moon and the full moon previous to that as well. So it's definitely something to look into. We need to take responsibility for everything that we say, do, think, everything, right? So be the master of your destiny. How we're going to do that is by setting boundaries. So it's to do with being able to say no. That's the easiest boundary. But there are also other boundaries that you may want to have a think about. The other thing is creating an action plan. I know last time it was we're thinking about an action plan and we're talking about an action plan, but we're not implementing the actions just yet. Now when we're doing that, we feel motivated to actually take some action, so it comes back a little bit later. Anyway, what we also want to do to be the master of your own destiny, it means that you have to resist being controlled by all sorts of stuff within and without, right? So have a look at what you're being controlled by and see if you need to change some of that, right? The energy that has been around just before the full moon has been a bit like we're on a plateau and then we're going to go up quickly, and then we're on a plateau again, and then we're going to go up quickly, and then there's a plateau again and we're going to go up again. So we are moving forward and we are moving towards where we want to be. The main thing is with the self-care and a day off, etc., is when you're on the plateau, before you're going up and after you've come up, enjoy the view. Take time to relax and actually be grateful of where you are right now. That's very important, and that should be done anytime, not just in this particular week that we're talking about here, right? So wherever you are, be grateful for everything that you have and everything that you're doing and how far you've come already. Good stuff. So when you're on a plateau, there are always other mountain peaks, and there are always other things, other goals, other things that you want to achieve or do or be, or just enjoy where you are. Be grateful. Right, what are we doing this time? Around about this full moon in Pisces, we're going to reflect and tune into our hearts. And when you tune into your heart space, you can find out how you are feeling. For most people, this time is actually really exciting, because what's on the other side? What happens when we're out of this stuff that we're in worldwide? What, whoa, that's exciting stuff. So when you tune into your heart space, how do you feel? What have you learned this year? Surely everybody's learned something, whether they've been able to take time out or not. Also, what were your beliefs? Say, for example, at the beginning of the year or the end of 2019, what were your beliefs? Are they still your beliefs now? How did you teach? Because everybody's got something to teach to somebody. It might even just be one sentence that you say to somebody in a small gathering, or for example at the supermarket or wherever you are. It might be just that one thing that has taught the other person something. So how did you teach? Also, how far in this process are you? Where have you become more conscious? And what was truth and what is truth now? Where do you need to step up? Responsibility. And where do you need to stand up for yourself? Probably your boundaries, right? What do we have to do? Do we have to face any fears? Are there any fears that are coming up that you need to face right now? What about your limits? Are you limiting yourself? There's enough limits being put on us, you don't have to put your own limits on you as well. What about your responsibilities? Have you stepped up to the plate for them? Are you taking responsibility for all of your actions? Changes. What changes do you need to do? What information do you need to gather? Research, study, think about that and put it into your action plan for the coming month. So that would be for the whole of September. There'll be something that draws you towards what kind of information do I need to gather. Could be anything. Could be study, could be researching, could be talking to people about a subject that they know really well. And all of this that we're doing is in order to gain self-mastery, because that's what we are working towards now. In the past, we've already based our foundations at, I think that was 2 months ago, and then we started to build our structure upon it. Now we're going to go a bit further than that. Right, look at what is stopping you from moving forward. What is it that is stopping you from moving forward? Full moon, release blockages. Whatever is stopping you from moving forward, release it at the full moon. Right, what we need to do on the plateaus, stop and smell the roses, balance out all of you. That's a really good one. Now, how do you do that? Stop and think about it, and then see how you can be balanced out a bit better. Are you working too much? Are you really stressed out about work? Balance it out with something else so that you are actually balanced. Quite important at any time. After all the hard work, all the actions that you've taken and all the dream pursuing that you've done, what else do you need to do? Meditate, go within, find your harmony. How do you define harmony? What makes you harmonious? Something to ponder about. So, because it's full moon, what is it that you need to release now? Make a list with bullet points and then rewrite them out and then burn it. Do something. Throw it out. Release it. And other thing is, for this time, this beginning of September time, what needs to be transformed now so that you can be in harmony and happy? Everybody wants to be happy. Now, do you know how to be happy? Comes from within, eh? Right. How do you see your life by Christmas? Anything that stands in the way of how you would like your life to be at Christmas time, at full moon is the time to release everything. And what are we doing? We're looking at everything within our control, because everything that's without our control we already have to release, because it's got nothing to do with us. We can't control it. So there's no need for us to worry about it, ponder about it, blah, blah, blah. And what is within your own limits. So how you want your life to be like at Christmas time, that's something to work towards. But the full moon is not a time of attraction. The full moon is a time for releasing. So anything that blocks you, anything that stops you from moving forward, if you're too busy, release the lack of time for stuff like that, stuff like meditation and self-care. Self-care is very important and everybody needs to do that. So these workshops for the full moon and the new moon, I've been running for more than 2 years now. At first I started them on my own just to see if it was working or not, and it was working. So then I opened it up to friends, and now it's open to people who sign up for my events, and they can come to the workshops. New moon is attraction, so we're using the law of attraction to bring in whatever it is that you wish for in your life. And the full moon is a time of releasing, so we're releasing anything that we no longer want in our life, and that is anything, not just material things. Keep an eye out on Facebook and on Meetup, and also on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel, because a friend of mine suggested I record the full moon and the new moon ceremonies, the workshops, because a lot of people are doing it on YouTube. So here I am starting it. This is my first one. I hope you like it. If you do like it, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel so you will see another one around the 16th, 17th of September. New moon is on the 17th of September in New Zealand. So there'll be another video coming out then. There might be another one beforehand, but yeah, there's plenty of other things to like on my videos. There's more than 100 already, and I have a mini-series on meditation and a mini-series on pendulum. Have a scroll through and see what you can find. This was Yvonna from Enjoy Your Life Coaching and Healing, with the full moon in Pisces and on the 2nd of September 2020. Enjoy your evening, and if you can see the moon, have a chat, go and say hi to it.